Hopefully the sound is coming through now. I hope so. Yes. Oh, we are live. We are live. Oh my days. It's been a month since my haircut for my birthday, you know. I need to hopefully trim up again. What's good, everybody? Welcome to, as you know, it's Sunday Night's Tech and Chill Show. Your host Ben from the Lover of Tech channel. Slightly different angle. I've been, you know, reworking the dedicated office space, the dedicated shooting space, making sure that everything is coming in AAA, all nice or crispy. Um, I need some camera tour, and that's what we're gonna do, man. As you've seen in the title, oh, it's crumbling. It's crumbling. Damn, my internet connection is such a disappointment. Such a disappointment. Such a disappointment. I'm hoping the audio sounds good. Hold on. Yeah, it's stuttering because of the internet connection. Hold on. It should be back up. Alright, it's the net connection. It's the net connection. Hold on. Output. Let me drop the bit rate down to 8. Apply. Okay. Let's see if that helps. Yeah. Oh, come on. Why is it stuttering? It should be. Why is it stuttering? It shouldn't be stuttering. Yes, man in the house. I hope it should be behaving now. Why is it stuttering? Oh, this is so jarring. This is not what I wanted. So the audio is good, but why is it stuttering? Why is it stuttering? I don't understand why it's stuttering. It should be behaving now. Oh, this is so jarring. Okay, the upload speed should be fine. Let me check on my side here. Yeah, it should be calm now. Oh, mate. It should be calm now. All right, give me some feedback, man. How's the audio? Again, we're using RTX voice, so you shouldn't be hearing any weird clicks or any clacks or whatnot. It should just be coming through nice and clear. No keyboard, no mouse, no background noise. Yes, we're seeing people in here. Colin's in here. What's good, Colin? It's good, bruh. We got Rick in the house. Yes. We're keeping it international. Seems fine. I hope so. Your boy's gonna need a trim again soon. It's been a month since my birthday trim. Yeah, it's been a month. It's in 2 days. It would have been a month since my trim on my birthday still. So definitely need to polish up. It's mad. Yes, what's good, people? Tech and Chill Show live Sunday, 10 p.m. BST, British Summertime, GMT +1, Greenwich Mean Time +1. Your host Ben on the Lover of Tech channel, where I give you your weekly dose of camera talk, all things tech related, consumer tech. But there will be some honorable mentions. Honorable mentions of some of the articles that I've seen before we get into tech. Something that means a lot to me personally. And it's something I requested secretly at heart because of obviously all that's been happening with the Black Lives Matter movement and whatnot. I tweeted out the stream, Ben. Yes, the real hero, Trenton. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for tweeting out and sharing, man. We've got 11 concurrent viewers. Wow, okay. We've got people in here tonight. I like that. Audio is good. It's good right now. I like that. Yeah, better now. Yeah, I just had to drop. I need to get a Wi-Fi 6 router. I had to drop the because right now, if you've got a 1440p screen or you're watching on desktop, you should be able to see the stream in 1440p above 1080p. I definitely need to invest in a Wi-Fi 6 router because get I need to get my maximum upload, especially where I am. I can't really wire it in this house. It's just not gonna work. So um it's yeah, I need to get a Wi-Fi 6 router, which is what I'm gonna do next month. So I can actually get stable Wi-Fi because I can't get wired up. Let's check the comments again. Audio is good, it's good right now. Yes, I'm not seeing any stutter. Yes. So I had to drop the bit rate from 12 megabits up down to 8 megabits up just to keep it stable. A month already, yeah. Trust me, it's just time flies. It's just dusted. It's just dusted still. Again, I'm gonna. Let me see, Sean. Live now, G. Sean wants to jump on. Uh, so just replying back to Sean. Cool, right. Um, I just want to mention again, I love the new YouTube studio. I didn't think I'd say this. I think we're all scared of change, but the new YouTube studio, especially for live streaming, is so much better. Like I can see how long I'm on the stream for. I can see it here, stream key, analytics, concurrent here. Like everything's just on one page. Yes, Sean B. Sean B is here. Sean B in the house. Guys, Sean says he likes Fuji. Go watch his latest videos. Go watch his latest video. Sean likes Fuji. Ooh, see? Told you. You lot didn't listen to me, innit? Now you're gonna listen to me tonight. We're gonna talk the Canon R5 and R6 rumors. Not leaks, but rumors. I'm very, very skeptical, but I'm very excited for what these cameras are going to do for the full frame cameras for this generation. And obviously, we've got Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference starting tomorrow, and the expectations there. I've heard the hardware rumors and the hardware announcements have been cancelled and pushed back and will not be at WWDC, which is usually never a hardware thing anyway. But we're going to obviously usually see a glimpse of we're going to see a glimpse of the new operating systems that are going to be behaving in terms of Mac and iOS. But yeah, man, this is good. That's going to be the main talk. If there's any other topics that you guys want to hit on as well, let me know. Let me find this article that it wasn't even an article. It was just something that really blessed my heart, and it's something that I'm very passionate about, and it's from the GOAT himself, LH, Lewis Hamilton. Um, if there's not much you guys know about me personally, man, I'm a massive Formula One fan. I actually like motorsport a lot more than I do actual tech. And Lewis Hamilton pretty much posted this, through the F1 Twitter, and it says, now is the time to learn more, say more, and most importantly, do more. Winning championships is great. Again, if you guys didn't know, Lewis Hamilton is 6-time world champion, right? He was the first black mixed race Formula One driver to ever come into the scene. Won his first world championship 2008 with McLaren, which I still think is the best team in the world, even though they're going for a rough patch. And, he drives for Mercedes Petronas AMG. And since he's been with them, he's won an extra 5 world championships. And Michael Schumacher has won the most amount of world championships at 7. He's 1 more away from matching him and 2 more away from being the greatest of all time. And, but I want to be remembered for my work creating more equal society through education. Lewis Hamilton. Next. And he said this from early. And I've met Lewis Hamilton's dad many times. When I used to work in Morrison's supermarket when I was at university, his dad used to come in there all the time. Black man, humble, Welling Garden City, Stevenage Grove, Hertfordshire, UK. Helped me understand that things would be more difficult for me because of my race. right? I've been working with the Royal Academy of Engineering to create the Hamilton Commission, a research partnership dedicated to exploring how motorsport can be used as a vehicle to engage more young people from Black backgrounds with STEM subjects and ultimately employ them on our teams or in other engineering sectors. Thank you, Lewis. If this doesn't make Lewis Hamilton the greatest of all time, if this doesn't make him the greatest of all time, I don't know what else would. Like, this guy's establishing legacy, and this is the stuff I like to see. Like, I'm for someone that, you know, isn't someone that loves motorsport. Like, funny enough, for the country I live in, football is the most popular sport, and I grew up with a lot of footballers that have made it in the sport. You know, I still keep in touch with them. But Formula One is such a it's like golf, right? What Lewis Hamilton did to break through is like what Tiger Woods did for golf. It's a very aristocratic, white dominated sport. It's not necessarily because it's racist or say, but it's a very white dominated sport, you know. And to see what he's done, to be the first and to be the greatest on a statistical and like factual level, is not just inspiring, but to see him doing this. And also he was at the rally. He was at the peaceful rally today in Hyde Park. You know, so we're going to talk about the tech, but it's just something that touched my heart so much. I'm gonna put up another set of tweets that I put out before we get into this. I don't know. I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but I feel like this is important for me to kind of express how I feel, because he's creating an environment where we're breaking the status quo, we're breaking through the walls, and it's something that is such an inspiration. Like, for me, someone that is massive into motorsport, massive into cars, massive into petrol head stuff, you know, like, to see this is it's unbelievable. Because if people don't know how F1 is a very expensive sport. It's something you have to start from young, from karting all the way up, and it's not an easy thing to break into, you know. So I like the fact that he's creating a foundation where, you know, people of our color, like black people, can get into motorsport and it wouldn't look abnormal, you know. So respect to LH, man. And it's something where I'm gonna pull up a set of tweets that I bookmarked. Um I'm gonna share it here. So this was when, again, I don't have two screens, so mind me. We will start with the yes, tech in Mike in the house. What's good, bro? We'll start with the tech stuff. I just want to get this out of my system because I just feel like it's important for me to really share this, especially off the back of what Lewis did. I'm gonna go into desktop mode. I need to get a stream deck for sure. I'm gonna go into desktop mode. Uh, you guys are seeing everything, right? So he probably didn't see this, and Marquez put a video out, and people might disagree, but this is something that was heavy on my heart, and it's something that I felt very expressive, and I thought about it methodically and put it out there, right? And this was a quote tweet and a thank you thread, and kind of like a consideration to MKBHD and Marquez Brownlee, where he posted a video about reflecting on the color of my skin. And I said, you know what, thank you for this video, MKBHD. Hopefully you see this comment and potential thread I'm writing to you. I hope as your business and empire in the video content creator space is growing in the tech field, one, to remember to consider employing and bringing capable black people into your team. Indeed, judge a person on their skill set and the quality of their work, personalities, abilities, ethic, above their skin color ultimately. This is not a request for favoritism, which can in return obviously compromise the integrity and the quality of what you're trying to build and achieve in the long run in the video and tech reviewing space. But it's to also to be it's also to be an example that you stated, not being the only black guy in your surroundings, ultimately to create a fair and equal, inspiring example for people to see that at the top and the highest level, which is obviously the space that he's in, that it's not strange to see more than just the usual typical single or only black or brown person at the top, which with the best or not even there at all. Obviously, like I said to him, like, look, I'm based in UK. People didn't know I was born in West Africa, Ghana. I was part raised there. I only came to UK when I was about 8 years old, 1998. Back then, and I've seen, and my bro Rick Hack was in here, and he knows what I mean about you seen the difference between having access and not having access, challenges of the environment, right? So I'm just praising, like, seeing what he's achieved is something that indirectly has inspired a lot of us to get out there and create. And I said, this is much more, this is much more, there's much more I can say, but, I hopefully it just makes sense and it was just respect to him. I think it's important. It's very much important within that space to to really reach out and just pray that black people that have broken the status quo to get into the position that they're in, your MKBHDs, your Rory Reid. If you guys don't know about Rory Reid, if you watch a lot of car reviews, man, go watch Rory Reid, Auto Trader. The guy was the first black presenter for Top Gear UK, and that's not a small accolade to take at all, right? And I sent him a video, to show him appreciation. Like, yo, I appreciate what you're doing, man. Like, it's a big deal out there, and respect to what Lewis is doing, respect to what MKBHC is doing. I just hope in the next 5 years, Marquez intentionally makes sure that he brings people in, to grow his empire that are black as well. So he's not the only black person that's in his empire and in his surroundings. And that's nothing against his team, not firing any shots at them. I know pretty much, yeah, the guys in his team are pretty much cool. But yeah, respect to the GOAT, Lewis Hamilton, man. So just wanted to point it out there. Right. Hope you guys are good. So, let's talk cameras. Yes, Tekken Mike shared it out. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ooh, let's talk cameras, baby. Let's bang on the cameras. Now, I'm gonna switch to desktop and Camlink. So Canon, let's talk some full frame stuff. You know me, I'm an APS-C fan. I'm not a brand fan, but I'm a system fan, and I'm a big fan of APS-C. I think APS-C is the perfect sensor size, best of both worlds, not too big, not too small, and you can adapt it to be bigger or enjoy the benefits of the size of that 1.5x crop sensor that comes with. So Canon Rumours is usually very on point. Let's be honest, they've been on point. When they posted original leaks about the specs of the R5 with the 8K 30 frames a second video recording, boy, we were all laughing. And then boom, Canon did their development announcement and it was true. So Canon Rumours does have a good track record when it comes to leaks and rumors of Canon cameras. So let's dive in, because we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff on the R series. Ooh, R. Internet download up already. Okay, so while my internet is trying not to let me be great, as per usual. Nope, I don't want no push notifications. Thank you very much. Here is the Canon EOS R5 and Canon EOS R6. Now, this is the most exciting one, along with the announcement date. Right, okay. Canon products being announced on the 9th of July, 5 days after America's Independence Day. 2020. So you're gonna get the EOS R5, EOS R6. You've got a good couple of RF lenses actually. So you've got an RF STM, more budget friendly 1.8, which is going to be interesting, a portrait lens. You've got the 70-200 f4 IS USM, great, more accessible because it's a constant f4, really good for video, really good for video. You've got an f2 macro lens, damn. An f2 macro lens on full frame, 85mm RF. Wow. IS as well. IS, image stabilized on all of them. Oh my days. RF 100 to 500. Constant f4 to f7. Man, these are some good, wow, these are some good lenses. All of them are image stabilized as well. Oh boy. Okay, that's not a trip. Canon ain't messing around, yeah. The RF lens mount is coming in. Right, the same source has told us that the EOS R6 body will ship in August, which is literally a month after announcement, which is actually very quick in the camera space. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the Talking Head announcement date versus release date video. More Talking Head videos coming. I'm enjoying them, man. I'm enjoying them. And we'll talk about my new efficient workflow on YouTube, man. I'm having the most fun coming back on YouTube making videos, man. The EOS R5 will not begin shipping until September, and that, to be honest, does not surprise me with what that camera is potentially packing, and obviously what's happened with this global situation that we're in, and that's going to slow down. Ship dates have been a moving target thus far, but that falls in line with my original leaks. R6 would ship with, yeah. Image below shows the new EOS R5, EOS R6. Have a click on it. Boy, Canada coming in still. Nah, Canada coming in. Are you mad? So they've got the RP, the EOS R, EOS R6, EOS R5. Woo, this is sick. This is actually sick. Yo, they're not ramping. They are not ramping. This looks like heat. This looks like heat still. All right, so let me go home. Let me see what I want. Announcement day. Boom. Specifications. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to see. Now, let's deep this. This is the A7 III and the pre-A7 IV killer, potentially. Why? Let's look at this, right? A little bit lost in the hype of the R5 is the Canon EOS R6. We brought the news on this model. And again, I'm going to engage in the comments. You know how we do. We go through all the stuff. I get hyped. I get excited. I express. We talk. We come back, you know. We brought the news on this model back in January. And Canon hasn't done any sort of teasing yet. However, some early specs have remained true over the few months, and now we have some information on the EOS R6. Sorry about your ears. The Canon EOS R6 is aimed squarely at people looking at high ISO performance, great video specifications, and price right for a lot of shooters. Now, let's break it down. New information in bold. It's a 20 megapixel full frame sensor, very similar to what? The 1DX Mark III. Very fast sensor readout is going to be. In-body image stabilization. Have you guys seen how good Canon's lens IS is, plus their digital IS? Now they have in-body image stabilization. Game over. 12 megapixels mechanical shutter, up to 20 FPS, so 12 FPS mechanical. Wow. 20 FPS electronic. Wow. Oversampled 5K video. 4K 60p. We don't know if it's going to be cropped. We all know the EOS R5, EOS R with that lovely 1.75x crop. So we don't know. Nothing, it's impressive, but nothing special. Full high definition at 120 frames a second. Take it. But if they can do full sensor readout on here with dual pixel autofocus and 10-bit like what you have in the Fuji X-T3 and the X-T4, now we're talking. Canon log, oh, good. Great dynamic range. 10-bit, Zebras. AF identical to the, oh. Mad. No RAW mode. I think you don't really need internal RAW when it comes to this price and what it's trying to do. Dual UHS-II SD card slots, great. Makes it usable. Head detection AF, animal detection AF, impressive AI technology when it comes to autofocus, which we all know Canon's great at. Identical 5 million pixel, 5 million dot electronic viewfinder, great. That is the 5 million is the best EF you can get in terms of clarity right now. No top down screen, not needed. Build quality not as good as the R5. Bluetooth 4. Yeah, and then boom, $2,500 Bolly only. If it can pull off everything without a noticeable Canon cripple hammer, as camera conspiracies will say, boy, that's a home run. I don't know what the A7 IV is going to be bringing to shut this up. Yeah, but backed up by these expensive but really high quality RF lenses that are coming out. Wow, this is the one to go for. Do you know what this R6 is doing? This R6, and look, my camera guys can back me on this, man. This R6, this EOS R6, wow, this is popping off. Wait, I'm gonna get there. This R6 is doing what Fuji just did for APS-C with the X-T4. Done. It's honestly doing that. It's doing what Fuji just did. Fuji just resurrected and took APS-C hybrid shooting to the next level. And it's only uphill from here. I'm going to find a tweet and show you why it's only uphill from here from Fuji. Because remember, they've said the XH series is still not dead. That means the XH series is going to be coming out nearer to the end of the year with the XH-II. And I will show you a predicted date of when, right, you should be seeing the X-T5 coming out based on their previous release cycle of the X-T1, X-T2, X-T3, X-T4. What this R6 is doing is what Fuji just did for APS-C hybrid mirrorless shooting, but for full frame. And right now, Sony, I don't know what Sony have on their mind, right? Yes, we've talked about the E-mount cohesiveness of how it's very interchangeable from APS-C to full frame to cinema. Great. I don't know what Sony have got up their sleeve, but they've in a space of just 2 years of how great the A7 III was, they've now been caught with their pants down. Honestly, they've been caught with their pants down. If Canon can pull off without having any major cripple hammers on the R6, I kid you not, every person that switched from Canon to A7 III, right, will switch from A7 III to R6. And then the big boys, and I'm talking about the big boys, the ones that were really loving the Panasonic Lumix S1H, right? If that R5 is priced anywhere around the ballpark of the S1H, game. Seriously, dragging. Sony are dragging now. Sony have been caught. All of a sudden, the tides have turned where Sony is looking like old Canon, and Canon's like, you know what? We're sick of you lot making fun of us. Watch. You just watch. And that's what's happening right now. I kept saying, like, I hate to tell people I told you so, but I kept saying, once you use Fuji, there's a lot of intangibles that you're going to, obviously it's not a perfect system, but the minute you use it, especially the X-T4, you're going to realize that, oh snap, they're onto something. Yes, they're onto something. That's what Canon are doing with this R6, right? So what's going to happen now is you want the best APS-C, right? With no holds barred, practically you go for Fuji X-T4. But if you really want full frame, right, with some form of accessibility when it comes to price, right, then you go for the R6. That's if you really want full frame, especially if you're more on the photography weighted side of things, and then you want to tap into video. Whereas I feel like as much as the X-T4 is definitely, especially the retro design, being more geared towards, more tactile photography and taking more time to feel the situation, to enjoy the process of photography and capturing, the video on it is insane. 10-bit across all the shooting modes in H.265, and you've got all like up to 400 megabits per second, 200 megabits per second, and 100 megabits per second. Come on, that level of flexibility. Canon are onto something, and I can't wait to see really what the R6 is going to bring. And if that's really the specs of the R6, for mate, I don't. If Sony could do everything, but if they till now till now still can't pull a 4K 60, nah. People think, oh, 4K 60 is such a clutch. You'll see in the video dropping Wednesday, the moments where 4K 60, it's such a flexible medium to be able to output either at 60 frames down to 30 or 24, right? Or slow it down to that level of flexibility of being able to have your main video timeline in your 24 or 30 frames a second. Oh, 30 frames. And then have the flexibility of 60 frames to be able to either match it to or slow it down to, right? And not lose any quality degradation by going down to 1080p, even though you get a higher FPS. Come on, man. Talk to me. Talk to me. So, Canon R5 and R6, full frame lovers. All you guys that enjoy the A7 III, I'm telling you this now. By the looks of it, right? And Canon has very, very, very good usability in terms of track record. This is good. The R6 is looking like really, really the star of the show. And I'm telling you this now, anyone that has any doubts about Fuji, especially when it comes to X-T4, the minute you use it, you realize that there's no perfect system, but the minute you use it, you realize that Fuji are definitely onto something. Let me find this tweet and give you a predictability of Fuji's timeline and where they're going in terms of their release cycle, what they've got going, and what needs to be happening. I'm gonna find it. There's just been a lot of Black Lives Matters kind of movement stuff that I've bookmarked. Load, god damn it. Apologies. My apologies. Hold on. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. I couldn't find it. I thought I'd bookmarked it. Nah, I thought I'd bookmarked it. Damn. Hold on. I think I did bookmark it. Hold on. I'm gonna try and find it. So be patient with your boy. Okay. I did a poll here. I think I must have saved it. Oh, damn. If I didn't, I'll be so upset. Because it would have been a setup prelude for... Oh. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Next time. But anyway, man, that is it. That is the camera talk in general. Definitely, I think Sean is the first person to really put out a proper GH5 versus X-T4. Go to his channel and watch it. I'm glad he's, partially certified the X-T4. And I've said it, Fuji's the dark horse in this race because on the X-T2, they were nowhere. And all of a sudden, X-T3, which is what I'm streaming on now, right? And then X-T4, 18 months later, boom, people are like, oh, yeah. Okay. Right, let's go to the back. Soccer. Nah, football. Not soccer, football. So proud of you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Trending with the eyes the day after. See, if I make a switch, it has to be substantial. I can't switch from MFT to APS-C, but MFT to full frame, upgrade to R6, and I agree. That's a good look. 10-bit internal, yep. Man, X-T4 has all these specs, and trust me, it's not just the specs. Trust me, it does the job. There's a lot of intangibles as well. Man, where's Sony right now? Honestly, they're dragging their feet. The A7S III has been long overdue. Well overdue, right? If you want to know what's going to be in the A7 IV, go and see the video specs of the A7R4. It's going to be exactly that. They're not going to do anything different on the A7 IV to what's been done on the A7R4. And if that's the case, the R6 is the R6 is going to be bullying the A7 IV daily, like with no competition, right? Especially with the fact that you've got that RF, the EF to RF adapter that has the ND built in. Come on, man. Sony have just been caught with their pants down. And I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like they've been caught with their pants down. Honestly, I feel like they have. A7 III is hella dated, and it's funny because it's only just about 2 years old. It's only just gone over 2 years old as of April. So it shows how aggressive. And yet, when it came out, it was ahead of everyone. It was ahead of everyone. Man, competition is good. I'm telling you, competition is good on all specters. The R6 looking like a win for me. Yeah, I agree. I'm just waiting for everyone to release their cameras. Don't want to jump. Yeah, bro, I agree. R6 definitely. If it's 2,500 in terms of body, think about the fact that when the GH5 came out, it was about 2 bags, right? Or slightly over 2 bags. And that's an MFT sensor. Come on. I agree. I don't disagree one bit. Man, I'm really looking at the XT4. Keep looking. You're not gonna be disappointed. I'm so glad I sold all my Sony APS-C gear to move over to the X system. All the shortcomings of the XT3. I'm definitely gonna buy an XT3 as a B cam. Definitely. As a second A cam, B cam, 100% love what it does. There's limitations to it that all the limitations to it I've worked around so far, but I would love the XT4 to pick up on that. Yeah. 100%. I'm sure Fuji is going to drop some more up. 100%. Fuji are one of the best when it comes to firmware updates on their camera. They like the XT3 didn't have HLG at the beginning. They added it. They improved the AF all the way through, right? It didn't have the XFAT file fat system where it was breaking stuff into four gigabyte chunks. The update Fuji are on point when it comes to firmware updates on their cameras. Period. Just found out today I can edit 10-bit on LumaFusion in FHD, but only 8-bit in 4K. But that's LumaFusion. R6 sounds like a really good man. Yeah, the R6 is doing what the Fuji did for APS-C. I still stand by the fact that you don't need full frame. Honestly, you don't need full frame for video. But if the R6 is doing this at that price point, it's making it much more accessible to have full frame for video. That's only a good thing. That's progression. That's gonna force everyone to line up and do what they need to do. And I'm for that. Oh, cool. Man, the XT4 solid. Nah, it's true. It's true. And I loved it, man. I was there early. R6 exciting you away from Fuji. No. It's not. I'm just adamant that I'm not at that point of being in full frame. Full frame is more than just a sensor, it's the system. And I'm just not ready for that expense. I'm not ready for that size. Would I be upset if somehow I ended up getting one and not paying for it? I'm not going to complain. But I'm saying investing, as someone that is predominantly video, I'm happy to make that sacrifice and be on APS-C, maybe not lower than APS-C, but I don't have a problem using Micro Four Thirds because I use when church was open, we're using Micro Four Thirds on the GH5 every week, so that's a non-issue. I just like the APS-C system, although I'm not brand loyal to any particular brand. And I fell into Fuji because I feel like they're the only ones that really paid respect to the APS-C system, So a full frame. Hey, look, even with the R6, if you've got the money bag, go for it. I would highly recommend it. If this is what they're doing in terms of the video specs internally, they are doing what Fuji did for APS-C for full frame. And we're expecting Sony to do that, but they haven't. They haven't. It's Canon that's do it. And that's a good look. So yeah, man. I would say I just need Viltrox to make more autofocus lenses for. Yeah, I mean Fuji now. What you guys need to appreciate is Fuji are now listening. They've opened up the X mount. Viltrox are on it. Sigma will eventually jump on it. Like give it 2 years, and all this talk about third party support for Fuji will be a non-issue. Especially when Sigma jump on you. Once Sigma jump on it, it's game over. No one has no excuse to be like Fuji doesn't this, Fuji, and they will. The fact that they've opened it up already says that, right, guys, we're listening. And the only reason why they didn't open it up is because all the focal lengths, unlike Sony, right, for that APS-C, they have all the focal lengths covered. Expensive or not, they have it covered. Good high optical quality, they have it covered. But now they're listening that, hey, as your brand is growing, let's get more people in, right? So they've opened the X mount system up fully. All the reverse engineering, you won't really need to do it anymore. You can do it properly from the ground up. It'll work with the AF system, and all the newer lenses that are coming out have the new linear motor autofocus and mechanics in there, even smoother autofocus. You look at a company based on how they respond to their audience, how they make changes, how they progress, and Fuji are doing it. They're doing it. I'm telling you, man. It's only uphill from here. It's only uphill from here. I think I'll do the adapter. Use the Sigma 1830. It works. It works. It works. Honestly, the finger adapter works. It works. Sorry. But there's some good videos on YouTube with that combo. Exactly. True. True. That's validity. Trust me. And remember, Metabones. Guys, the fact that Metabones just released a speed booster for the X mount system, it shows they're taking seriously. Fuji are taking this seriously. You can basically get a 1.065x crop. Oh, don't tell me I've lost. Ah, come on. My internet is. Please come back. Sorry. I need to get a Wi-Fi 6 router, man. I'm being serious. I'm definitely gonna get a Wi-Fi 6 router. Ah. The internet is not letting me be great. It keeps dipping out. Uh, bruh. Ah, that's big. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can see me out. I should be back. The internet doesn't want to let me be great. A Porsche. A Porsche. Okay. That's right there. Yep. Yep. Dude, I shouldn't have come onto this live. You really selling this? Uh, my current right now, T. That's right. First camera I would pull. No, guys. The thing is, what you guys remember? Let's be honest. When Fuji dropped the announcement of the XE4, I was pretty much the only person that went balls deep and trusted it. You know, I've still not used the Fuji XE4. There's people that weren't really sure about the Fuji XE4, used it even when I was bigging it up. Mine was just by faith because I could see where they were going. And then boom, all the skeptics that doubted Fuji, not because they thought it was bad, but they thought it just wasn't good enough. All of them are coming around and be like, yo, yeah, some bits are not perfect, but actually, when you deep it, this is a sick camera. I'm telling you. You gotta watch the trends and see how people behave. I've got nothing but respect for Sony. Nothing but respect for Sony. And Sony are in a good place, but I feel like they've added a little bit of sprinkle of complacency because of how they've made their E-mount system complete. It's like they've just taken their foot off and they're dragging now and they're behaving like the old Canon, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. I'm not liking it at all. They need to fix up. And this is what's good about competition. Again, shameless plug. Now watch it. Exynos versus Snapdragon. Go watch that video when Exynos was king. I'm telling you, man, competition brings the best out in people. And if you don't have good competition, I promise you, the person dominating spends less money on R&D, takes the foot off the pedal. They charge more than they need to, and they get complacent, aka dragging their feet. So big props to Canon. We like what you're doing. Obviously, wait for the stuff to come out so we can use it, full critique it. I honestly feel like even with all the shortcomings, the R6, especially the R6 in terms of accessibility into the RF mount system, it looks to be a win. It looks to be a win. It looks to be a win based on how Sony when the leaks for the A7 III were coming out, people were saying it was an instant hit. 2 years later, it has been. Come on now. Do it. The thing is, I want a B cam. I don't know what. Yeah, 2 Fujis. Boy, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm doing. If I could get 2 XT4s, I would. But I'm definitely getting an XT4. You can get a used Fuji XT3 body for like around £650, £700 in UK right now. Definitely gonna pick that up. And I'm gonna pick up my Ninja 5. No one can tell me bro, I miss the Ninja 5. When I say it takes me about an hour, almost close to an hour before I can start editing, right? Transferring large files takes about 20 to 25 minutes, right? Then waiting for proxies, another 20 minutes. Oh, the Ninja 5, man, recording ProRes. Even if it's the highest quality ProRes, you've got great monitoring too. SSD, plug it straight in, no need to transfer, edit straight off. It's like to be able to preview your 4K files in full quality and you can scrub through the timeline, even all the way up to 4K 60, scrub through the timeline and it doesn't drop any frames. I did not know how much I missed having that until not having a Ninja 5. Like I didn't deep how much I actually appreciated having a Ninja 5. Then you get the full Ninja 5. Ninja 5 with the Fuji? What? The internal codecs on the Fuji is so robust and strong because of the bit rates and the bit depth already. Then imagine the ProRes, the 4422 10-bit, which obviously this is what you don't get with Sony. You get 422 8-bit, even via HDMI to the Ninja. How are you not giving people 10-bit via HDMI? Come on, Sony, man. That's gonna be tripping. And to be real, the XT4 grades so not, bro. Sean, I'm onto your ass, bro. I'm onto you, Sean. Huh? Fuji grades nice now. I'm telling you, when I was telling people the highlight roll off, because what you have to understand is it's you don't like. Let me give an example with the XT3. There's times where I've made mistakes with exposure, right? And I can seriously, it's muscle memory. I can vaguely remember in my head that with my Sony, when I made those mistakes, there was no way I was able to push the footage or recover it. With the Fuji, I shoot most of the time H.265, 420, 10-bit, 4K, 200 megabits per second. Any mistakes that I make, oh my days, I'm able to recover it. And this is not even an effort. This is just eternal or Provia standard. I'm able to recover it, push things, grade it, and I'm like, I fully blew this shot. And it's holding together, no banding, nothing. That's where the bit depth and the high bit rates and the higher compressions, whether it's long GOP or especially all intra codec, it makes a difference. It makes a big difference. That's what you don't get with Sony. You don't get that with Sony. You don't get that latitude. You don't at all. And I noticed that with the XT3, where it's like, that's an intangible thing that you only notice when you're like, hang on a minute, if I made this mistake on a Sony footage, I wouldn't be able to have, like, the game. This. Love the passion band. Nah, man, you know me. I'm telling you, the Tech and Chill show is the best part of my week. That's when I can really flex, really talk, not worry about the time limit, and just rock with you guys, Talk real stuff. It's still tech, but real stuff. Passionately. Woo! Sean, me too, T. How is low light on Fuji? It's on point. It's on point. It's on point. Like, the low light on Fuji is on point for an APS-C camera because you've got an X-Tran sensor, right? And if you're looking at all, it's not just the sensor size alone, but all the information in there is what helps it. Right, all the information in there, that's why it oversamples. Unlike Sony, it doesn't crop in at 30 frames a second. I'm streaming in 4K 30 frames a second now. Outputting sampling down to 1440p. full sensor width. And when you go up to 4K 60, right, you're getting a minor 1.18 times crop on the sensor. Still very manageable. You're not going to see the framing difference at all. Come on, man. All that information, the high bit rate, the bit depth, the oversampling, cleaning the image, great noise reduction. You can do noise reduction in the camera. In the camera, there's a setting where you can dial up the noise reduction to even help within the camera before you denoise in your soft. Bro, Fuji just need to employ me. They need to just employ me. Affiliate me, Fuji. Well, to be honest, Fuji UK PR are very nice. They sent me the XT3, which I didn't expect them to do. So thank you, Fuji PR. Appreciate you. I'm telling you, man. Camera scene is fire at the minute. Canon's on fire. I can even smell a C200 Mark II end of this year or beginning of next year, after they did their refresh on the C500 Mark II and the C300 Mark III, which is my favorite one out of the three. But I wish those cine cameras were RF mount. But do you know what cinema camera is RF mount by Canon? The Red Komodo. And CPV, if you guys ain't subscribed to CPV, they premiered it. There's going to be a preview premiere on the Red Komodo by CPV. Guys in UK, they do well. I like them. Go check them out. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Guys, you know me, man. I like to have fun on the Tech and Chill show. I hype it, gas it. Yeah. Fuji hands, boy. Tickling screen. Yep. I've been Ibis as well. Bigger battery, pretty much on par with the Z battery in the A6600, A7 III. I mean, the low light shouldn't even. Yep. So when is the Pixel 4a coming out? Should have been out, but again, I think Google are just gonna push it back to July. I'll be good with that Sigma. Affiliate me exactly 10 XT400 is that cleaning. Boy, I hope you guys enjoy the camera talk. I enjoyed it. I love cameras, man. If you couldn't tell, I'm a gearhead. I love gear. I love cameras. I love the technology. I love talking about how the technology can make the equipment work for you. And I know people talk that specs is not important, but I feel like the specs, when it's done right as it should with the access to technology, can make the process a lot more enjoyable to tell the story that you want to tell. It could be a simple talking head video. It could be a vlog. It could be a music video. It could be an interview. All of technology that is backed in there should make it easier for you to tell the story that you're trying to tell, to make it fun, to make it enjoyable. So specs are important to me, but it's all about specs being done right. Right? Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum. What's your feedback, man? Are you excited for the Canon R5 and R6 next month? Just after 5 days after Independence Day in the United States. Should be good, man. Should be good. This should be good. And Sony, we're watching you. Where's the A7 III? Where's the A7 IV? Where are you at, Sony? Where are you, Sony? Cool, watch your day. I appreciate you, Manny, man. Go check out Manny, the Classic Manny Show. All the latest just on the Classic Manny Show. Man, I love me some camera talk. Boy. Sean, I'm pulling you out. Remember you asked me about doing a camera roundtable? Yeah, your behind better be ready because I've got, let me put it down. I even made notes. I have 13 topics that we can do once a month, and that can last a whole year. So you better set that up. I've got 13 topics. I'm going to give you a preview of the topic, Sean, since you're here, Sean. Right? Topic 1, proprietary codecs. Topic 2, media cards, aka UHS-III, CF Express, etc. XQD. Topic 3, should there be hybrid cameras? Topic 4, which lens ecosystem is the best? 5, your favorite lens. 6, your favorite sensor size and why? Topic 7, is autofocus really that important? Which is funny how you talked about it in your new video. 8, Non-linear editing, NLE software, and editing workflow. Which one do you use? Why do you prefer it? How do you workflow? 9. Cinema cameras and the definition of what makes one. 10. Lighting and sound direction. 11. Client work. Topic 12. Should you upgrade from the GH5 to the XT4? You've done that video. And topic 13. Should Canon make RF lenses for APS-C bodies and kill off the EFM line, or keep it alongside as a premium RF mount for APS-C? Make it happen. Come on, Sean. I've got 13 topics for you. Once a month. Camera round table. Let's do it. Dude, I can hop on now and we can do one and a half. I've got time for you, Sean. Where are you, Sean? I've got time for you, Sean B. Sean B. I think I might have to use Discord. Let me see what's good. I've never been a cameraman, but I'm getting more into them more. Yeah, that's it, man. Well, if you're gonna be sticking around here, we're gonna get you into cameras, whether you like it or not. I'll be honest, I'm a camera noob. Yes, what's good, Mikey? My man, like Mike, what's good? But your excitement is levels, bro. I try, man. I try. I've got to give you like the gas and a pump so you feel my passion for the tech. That's what the name of the channel is. It's all about lover of tech. Man, I'm loving. Peace of love, man. So easy. Nah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I appreciate all the kind words. Yo, what's good? Tanner's so lit. Tanner's in the house. My good friend, brother. Yeah, my man. No. I'm not from the Ashanti tribe, you know. I'm not. I'm Fanti. The Ashantis are the main tribe of the country, but I'm Fanti. My mum's Ewe. My dad's Fanti. So those are the two tribes I derive from Ghana. Dude, I can hop on right now. Team Count, what up, bro? Sean. Yeah. Thingy. Let me see. Sean, do I have it on Discord? Let me try and load up my Discord still. If you do want to hop on. Yeah, camera talk was live today still. Hey. Boom. Output only. Switch device. Boom. Let me just set up Discord right quick. See if I can get my boy in. Real Tech Audio. Boom. Streamer mode. No. Disable streamer mode. Appearance. I think hardware acceleration is what I need to take off. Take off hardware acceleration. Restart it. I need OBS and whatnot to, because you know, no. You just need to call me on Discord. I just need to set up a window on Discord. I've Sean, I reckon I've got you on Discord, right? I've got Sean here. Hey. Well, I use Discord to call in. Let me see if I can screen capture Discord. I should have set it up, but stupid me. That's peak. That's so peak. Oh, that's so peak. That's what I don't like, man. Not having two screens is so peak. Let me go back. All right, hold on a minute. How do I do this? Boom. Yeah, okay, cool. I sent you a message, but let me this is so peak. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this still. Is it window capture? I believe it's window capture. Discord. I can't remember how I did it. Flipping out. Hey, is it, bro? No. It can't be display capture. Video capture. Hold on. Nah, Discord is messing me up still. I'm not even happy. He looks so divine. Come and get your love. Hold on. Apologies, man. We'll slow down a bit. I'm gonna try and get my boy on so we can have a bit of camera talk, expand it, get his feedback. If not, we'll jump on to WWDC stuff. I should have set up the Discord from before. Stream with dual screens, it helps. I promise you that. That's annoying. Let me load up. Cool. Apologies, technical difficulties, as you know how it is when you're live streaming. Yes. Your boy got Discord. Window capture, put it down here. And then window capture. Hey, what's the matter with that? Alright, so I've resized. Man. Alright, Sean says he's here. Let me see if I can. Alright, let me see if I can call you in, Sean. Start video 4. Should. Sean B. I'm on to you, Sean B. Hold on. So what we're doing? We're doing technicals on a fly. This is so peak.
I'm actually gonna turn off the HDMI. Let me mute the stream real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, this is so peak still. It's so peak.
I hope we can get it, because I'm actually, my family's not here. I know they're gonna kill me, but they're not here yet. They give me a little time to beat them myself, which I love. And I'm about to turn off this damn HDMI display joint.
Oh, why is my thing just gone all discolorated? Hold on. I'm gonna turn off my video. Turn off camera. This mine is. Turn back on.
You know what? It's up here.
Why?
I got it. If you can get it going, Ben, let me know, bro. If not, you know what I'm saying, we could schedule one. You know what I'm saying? This is really impromptu. You feel me? So I ain't tripping too hard.
No. We're good. We are good. You're not escaping me, boy. We are good. I'm on to you, Sean. I'm on to you. The fact that you showed Fuji love. I ain't let you leave. Alright, cool. I need to do something. Hold on. Desktop and Camlink. That's not what I need. Discord and Camlink. Okay. Video capture device. Use existing. Boom. Fit to screen. I'm gonna scale this here. And I'm gonna add Sean.
Do you have any like weird background noise, or is my voice pretty solid?
Now your voice is sounding good to me. It's sounding good to me.
Okay, good.
Let me just add you here. And then we got Sean B on the side. Hold on. Let me gas my boy for a minute. Let me gas him for a minute. Obviously, since he's special guest, we've got Sean B Books, aka Sean B Nice, in the house. If you didn't know, that name is never gonna escape him because obviously it's me, so I still get to call him Sean B Nice in it. So, Crave Director, CEO, Brooks Media. If you didn't know, go check him out from Chi-Town, Chicago. Go see your boy, GH5 user. But obviously, I'm going to drag him a little bit for good reason because he's decided to come and show Fuji a bit of love after he fairly critiqued, but he felt the intangible spirit of the Fuji assassins, experience on him. So I thought, let him come in and share his experience as well as other things and how he sees projecting as well, man. Sean, over to you.
So I'm gonna say this, and I still stand by what I say in my video. I'm gonna give it a buck. Like if you own a GH5, it's not an upgrade. It's more like it's kind of like a lateral move if you were like in corporate America. You know what I mean? Like it just be like a title change, but you get like a couple of extra perks. But overall, though, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That we talked about autofocus a bit, Ben, before, and I was like, I get away, I'm fine with that. I get away with just fine. But as you can see in the video that I did, that phase detector snap is so accurate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And what I can say is, versus the videos that I've seen of other YouTubers doing it, a lot of them YouTubers didn't know what they were doing with that, with the Fuji autofocus system, because I didn't get any posting at all. You know what I mean? I think it was like one clip when I had like panned to like the pot bellies there, and I panned back to Isaac. But I feel like that was only because one, it's a window. A lot of cameras have issues with windows. You know what I mean? But like as far as just like, I thought the custom dial thing was gonna be an issue for me because on the GH5 you have a plethora.
Yeah. I remember that.
He showed me a really quick way to get into and change the frame rates. If I want to go from 24 to 60.
Quick menu.
Click the button. You know what I'm saying? The quick menu, dude, in the articulating screen looks good. The form factor of it, I like the ergonomics of it. Listen, I still gotta convince myself almost like every day, being when I call my boy Sean, like, yo, tell me why I should get this camera right now.
Exactly. I know.
Production value if I was to go down to the XT4 currently in my state right now. Just being
yeah.
Like, I like having like both of my cameras don't have record limits. You know what I mean? So I got a job coming up Tuesday and Wednesday where I need to set these cameras up and just kind of be able to walk away from them and be fine. And I would lose that with the XT4. I'll be going down realistically to a one camera setup. And that I don't know, dude. I couldn't do it. But if I didn't own my GH5, that XT4 would be that is a no-brainer of a camera. Even like I was telling T, he has a, you know what I'm saying, right now I think he still got the 6600. I would argue that the XT4 is better than 6600.
Oh, better. Come on. It's
what I'm saying?
The 64 and the 6600 was where I was coming from. You've got micro HDMI. No, sorry, you've got micro USB, bro. Micro USB. Micro USB. Let's just start there. Micro USB.
So you already know them data speeds are just trash.
Data speeds.
I don't know why.
Like, and this is not me crapping on Sony to say Sony's not doing good, right? But what people don't realize is the XT4 supports 45 watt power delivery. So that USB-C supports 45 watts, and people don't realize that, right? It's USB-C, fast data rates. It can be converted to output audio so you can monitor your audio, right? So it's clever in that sense. You've got an official battery grip where you still have the battery that's inside the camera with an additional 2 batteries. Whereas most battery grips put a dummy battery in the camera and then you have 2 in there. So the fact that you've got 3 batteries running simultaneously at the same time, very clever in terms of ergonomics. Like it's those little things. Obviously, there's things that are not perfect. I do wish you had mini HDMI at least, or full size HDMI, right? But you know, the single card slot is an issue, but the fact that the single card slot is at the bottom where the battery is on the 6400 and the 6600, especially the 6600, meaning to be a flagship APS-C, bro, come on, man. That body design is whack.
Yeah. I'm listen. So for the price point, let's say this, for the price point of where the 6600 sits at,
yeah,
it's phenomenal though. You know what I mean? Like for that price point, because you know, like brand new or even used, I think used you could probably find like for under $1,000, maybe like $999 or $998 or whatever. So,
oh,
like,
sorry, bro.
you know,
Can you turn your mic up if you can? I think the guys are saying you might be a bit quiet. Yeah.
I'll adjust the feed real quick. Hold on. We
want to hear Sean be nice and clear.
Okay. I turned it up to like the max. So
yeah,
let me know if that works out for you guys or not. But
yeah,
anyway,
guys, just drop it in the comments. But yeah, go on, bro.
The 6600, like again for that price point, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? It has like a lot of features, but like in comparison to like an APS-C versus APS-C, it's not even close to the XT4. Like it's not even, you know what I mean? It's not even close. And to be honest, this XT4 kind of really shook up a lot of people. It is. If because what's crazy has been if the GH5 had the XT4 autofocus, I will say that the GH5 would probably still be a better camera.
No, it is. No, bro. Remember I said it that ultimately the foundation of the GH5 is still probably one of the best on the market. Just by body design alone, having a full. Do you know the only thing that body design doesn't have? It missed the year when power delivery was introduced. So the USB-C can't be used to charge, but the G9 did. A year later, the G9 could charge over the USB. It was that it just missed. It just missed the year that the USB-C charging power delivery protocol got announced. That's why I didn't have it. That's why the G9 did. That's the only compromise of the camera body. The only camera body that is better than the GH5 is the S1H. But then the S1H takes a penalty because, bro, you've used it. It's a massive camera. It's big. It's big.
You know what? You got it on the head with, and to be real, Ben, like, so this is what I struggle with, and this is why I'm still even going back and forth with the XT4, because honestly, for my workflow, yes, you know, we all get it. Full frame is beautiful. It has that look. It has the bokeh. Like I get that. But I travel a lot for my work, and I'm a one-man band, so I don't really need like the S1H, especially with something like the Weeble S. No. That's gonna really destroy my entire workflow, and I would have to invest into way more different equipment on top of that,
bro.
And something like the XT4, see this, and that's why it's so enticing to me, Ben. Because it's like you said, you kind of get the best of both worlds because you still get the small form factor that you know that most traveling videographers need, and you kind of like, you know, you're not taking a hit. But the thing is, like, again, me and you had this conversation often. Micro Four Thirds and APS-C, to me, that's not a huge difference. It's a 0.5 crop difference. Like to me, it's just like it's too close. But nonetheless, though, it does have a bigger sensor. So like for me, that's what the XT4 is just looking like. Man,
it's
photo capabilities of it. It's a lot of boxes. It takes a lot of boxes.
Yep. And this is where I agree that I love the GH5 body. The GH5 has the best camera body. Like period. It just does. It has the best camera body. Having a full size HDMI 2.0 out that does full 10-bit 4K 60, like the grip, the full touchscreen, everything like that body. Right. The only other body that comes close is probably the Canon EOS R. Probably. And the only reason why I say probably is that it still does not have full-size HDMI. It has mini, which is the size up from micro, the in-between. So that's a stronger HDMI port, but it's still not full-size HDMI, right?
And to be real, I know some people are like, well, what do I need that for? Like for me, a full-size HDMI port actually has been clutch when it comes to reviewing something back for clients. Like when I'm able to just plug my camera up directly into their TV with just the cable they already have there. Dude, they're like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like it can be a selling factor. You know what I mean?
It is a selling factor. Bro, this is where my frustration is with Lumix, because I feel like Panasonic are low key because what they did with the GH5 and GH5S was so far ahead. I feel like they've dragged their feet to the point where they're now focusing too much on full frame, and I feel like they've neglected MFT, and that's annoying me. It's annoying me. And what annoys me even more is that I think we were all under the preconceived notion that for some reason you couldn't have face detection autofocus on MFT. Then Olympus shows up, and Olympus
drop a camera.
I'm thinking like,
it works well.
Like I'm like, Panasonic, please, just stop with the whole depth from defocus. It just does not work. It's okay, but it's not it. Don't be the only person not doing it to, I don't know, stand on some high ground or I don't know.
Like
what are you trying to prove?
Kind of like with Apple and the Lightning port and USB-C. It's just kind of like, bro, let it just come on over, B. Why are you sitting here? Like, it's a really dumb approach. And it's like, now don't get me wrong, the G9 and the GH5S technically has better autofocus than the GH5. Like I've seen, but still at the core of it, it's still contrast based. So when you trying to do things like move back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It's still gonna hunt and look for it. And it's like Panasonic. You could honestly, bro, let's be real. If Panasonic put phase detect,
that's it.
In any of their cameras, it's over. There's nobody like if the GH5 had phase detect right now, I'm pretty sure people wouldn't even be looking at the XT4 for real. Not like because the GH5 would still have everything.
It was still bro. Say it louder for the guys at the back that don't believe in crop sensors.
It's and I know some people, and what's crazy has been like I get this, I have this argument with people all the time. It's like as far as the whole crop sensor thing going, it's like again, movies, Hollywood production movies,
all cropped,
aren't even shot in full frame. They're cropped.
All cropped.
Okay. On top of that, Ben, the Hollywood movies sometimes, like most of them, even I think now besides like Netflix, most of them are not even shot in 4K.
Bro,
we're still at 2.7K. So it's like a lot of arguments that people make when it comes to sensor size related stuff, or just like overall, or just like resolutions. Like, yo, throw that out the window. That has like if you know what you're doing with the camera, it does not matter. You know what I mean? Even with the whole depth of field thing. Prime example here. If like even though I'm on a Micro Four Thirds system, you can still create that depth of field look that you want, that shallow depth of field, or that, that bokeh. You just got to know what you're doing with lighting or hair lights, or it's all about, at the end of the day, bro, it's never the camera, really. It's really never the camera.
But even you saying that, bro, check out all the Olympus Micro Four Thirds lenses. Olympus has native Micro Four Thirds lenses, all with great f1.2 aperture speed lenses. So, and this is where I'm saying, if you do the math to full frame equivalence, it's an f2.4, and we know on full frame, f2.8 is all you need. All you need on a full frame is f2.8. So if you're getting a 2.4 equivalent, you're good. So, and this is where I always say, that's why I have a bias to the APS-C system. Because I know for a long time, those Airy cameras are all APS-C Super 35 shooting at 2.7K with great data rates and image quality being upscaled. So I'm thinking, if you're specifically video, you don't need any more than APS-C. You just don't. But it doesn't take away what Canon are doing to make in the cinema world is known as large format, right? Full frame, more accessible for filmmaking. Your C500 Mark IIs. Obviously, Sony are doing it with the FX9 as well. And also what they're doing with the R5 and the R6. I like that they're bringing it more into an accessible range, But I always tell people, like, if it's video that you know you're going to be stuck on, right? Trust me, it's always better to lose a bit of sensor size and actually, you know, have better features and better usability.
I mean, to be honest, so one, yes, I agree with that. Two, I would even argue when it comes to photos, like, yes, don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
like,
true.
you know, full frame photos has a look, but at the end of the day, you know, there are people getting paid off, you know, being cell phone photographers.
That's true.
And that's what's crazy to me, right, Ben? So it's like, you know, you see a picture from an iPhone, you're like, oh my God, this looks good. But, you know, you see something from a crop sensor, now you kind of like a snob about it. And it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So,
bro, look at
know,
the picture.
APS-C and Micro Four Thirds for like social media specifically, or even billboards. Even billboards,
bro.
iPhone can be printed on a billboard, and it's like a fraction of the size of a Micro Four Thirds sensor. So there's honestly, you know, what the whole crop thing, dude, and it's dope to finally have a conversation with somebody who doesn't shy away from crop sensors as well. Because anybody with a full frame camera, they shit on crop sensors, and it's and it's just like, listen, if you know what you're doing, or you know how like tell a good story and sound design, lighting and all that, that never makes a difference. Even with the whole reframing thing, we still got 4K, and if I need to reframe something, I can shoot with a wider lens, or I could just change the look up, and then you can still create that depth that you want with just certain lighting tricks. So it's just like, I think the whole argument, honestly, dude, if it has to be where you don't want the R6, I'm still the XT4, you know, because again, we look at the R6 lenses and the size of those lenses, and then we compare them to like something like the XT4, even the GH5. That's going to substantially change the way even my workflow. Like right now, when I go on a job, I'm able to bring every lens with me because they're so small, and I could just put them, honestly, man, literally like in this little pouch right here. I can put most of my lenses in this little pouch.
Bro, trust me. I remember I've done weddings. I do it in like this is where the argument I make with people is that it's not crop sensors, is triple technology that adds unnecessary additional crop, right? The S1H, the S1, the S1R, the 4K 60 is useless compared to the 4K 60 on the GH5 and the XT3 because the additional crop is yes 1.5, but it's 1.5 that changes the whole framing. The argument should be for video, what is an acceptable amount of additional crop on top of your sensor size? It doesn't matter whether it's full frame, it doesn't matter whether it's APS-C, it doesn't matter. What is an acceptable amount of additional crop depending on what frame rate, what bit depth, what bit rate, whatever you're doing? Where is it acceptable where it doesn't mess up your shot? Case in point, the EOS-R. It doesn't matter if it's full frame, but that crop factor in 4K messes up every lens that you have. You then have to decide.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like you then have to decide like, what lens do I want? What frame rate? What resolution? And if your camera is crippled on a technology level where it's doing that and it's stopping you and it's making you think about how to compromise your creativity in terms of flexibility, that's the wrong tool. That's when the gear matters. When people say gear doesn't matter, I get it, it's true. But if your gear is going to stop you from having your creative options tucked in effectively, efficiently, and quickly, it's the wrong tool. So keep your full frame. I'll rather have my crop sensor and not have that.
Honestly, too, you also have to look at just your workflow too. Again, full frame. To me, I think full frame really fits more so in line with photographers. I'm not saying that it's not showing video, but just there are a lot of cameras out here with small, like again, you know, the GH5 is like oversample. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like oversample 6K in it. You can actually record 6K directly out this camera.
1-to-1 anamorphic for free.
You know what I'm saying? It's a full sensor readout on my 4K 60 or my 10-bit codecs. I don't even get the crop anymore, even with 10-bit now. So it's like, it's so hard. Like, it's so hard to leave the GH5 because of these reasons. I'm like, And I know it's an older camera, but the only thing that I'm really truly missing out of this camera is just great autofocus. And that's why that X-T4 just looks so freaking good, dude. Like,
And you know the only thing that's gonna stop you from moving over to the X-T4? If Lumix bring out the GH6, they need to bring out the GH6, and they need to do face detection autofocus. Like what you're saying is like, come over. Just stop playing with the whole depth from defocus. Stop playing with contrast. You've proved that you can make a bad thing work as good as it can be. But at the end of the day, it's still a bad thing. And what I like is you basically got the reminder that, damn, I know that I kept saying that the GH5 autofocus is usable and is workable, but when you tap into good autofocus, there's workable and it just works as it should. This is how it should work. And that's a reality check where, you know what, man, that's like some Stockholm syndrome where I was trapped and I didn't know I could get better.
If the GA6, and this is why I'm trying, like, this is why I'm really trying to wait before I pull the trigger. On the X-T4.
I feel that.
I already have everything accessorized for a new GH camera, right? So let's just say the GA6 comes out and it's like $2,000, right? Because the GH5 when it first came out, it was $2,000, which realistically is pretty expensive, even for like a micro four thirds camera compared to something like, you know, APS-C and X-T4.
Yeah.
But GH5 again was still ahead of its time and can still honestly beat out some full frame cameras with some of its specs. But I still have the lenses for it. I still have like battery grip. Like the GH6 comes out versus the X-T4, that's gonna be a different conversation again, especially if the GH6 got phase detect. If the GH6 has phase detect and they even get somehow some freaking mysterious way they kind of get GH5S low light ability.
No, they can. Bro, they can. Blackmagic did it because Blackmagic are using the bigger dual native ISO wider MFT sensor. You know, they can. I'm at this point where because we've seen other companies do it, Blackmagic do it, we've seen Olympus do it, there is no excuse anymore. There's no ifs or they don't have access to technology. No. They are just deciding not to push through for whatever reason. If we go with that energy, right, they will listen. That's the energy that the crowd gave to Fuji, and Fuji said, "Rah, you know what? We need to maybe just sit down and actually, for the X-T3, show people that we care about their video concerns." Because the X-T2 was trash for video. X-T1, let's not even start. And then boom, that's a mindset of a company that you need to pay attention to. And instead of waiting 2 years, they said, F it. We've got access to the technology, 18 months X-T4. That's a company that listens. And even then it's like firmware updates. We're going to make sure we support it all the way through. You know what? People are complaining about third-party system. We're going to unlock the system. People are complaining about this. We're going to do this. We're just going to keep doing it. Keep complaining. We'll keep doing what you keep complaining about. I think that's a system and a company I want to invest in.
So I can say this, Ben. Even though I say it with the full frame thing in the comments, I will say this. If the GA6 does not have phase detect, and then I have a decision between, and it's narrowed down between the R6 and the X-T4.
Yep.
I don't know. Having this discussion with you, then me just bringing back in my mind the lenses and the size and even the price point.
Yep.
I might go ahead and make the switch to X-T4.
And then let me put it this way: by the time you probably want to buy it, the XH-II will be out because Fuji have not killed off their XH series. The XH-II will be out and will probably improve on all the things that are coming in terms of shortcomings. Your unlimited recording times, so many things. That's the role that Fuji people are forgetting. People are forgetting how Fuji have their XT series, the XH series, and how they build and stack on top of each other. People are forgetting. This is what I'm saying. For Fuji, it's only uphill from here. They're not tripling anything backwards, right? And remember, the next generation, right, they're going to have much more efficient chips in there, meaning less heat output, meaning potentially you're going to have not just 10, you already got 10-bit across all the shooting modes already, but you're going to have 10-bit 42 across all the shooting modes internally. Imagine that, right? So
I kind of have that now, except with 4K 60. But
yeah,
you can continue. Again,
yeah,
that's why the argument be so hard, Ben.
yeah.
Because I have to like with the again, I'm grading with the XT4 footage. 10-bit is just, it looks good, it works, it grades nicely.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's a feature that I don't have to wait for because my 3-year-old camera already has it. That's what I'm saying, man. It's just like that's the only thing the GA6 needs. That's
it.
phase
That
effect.
is it.
Even if you can do better low for me, fine. But if you give me phase detect, I'm home with you, Lumix, and I'm gonna stay with you. But I know for a fact if the GA6 drops and it does have phase detect, I feel like Fuji's gonna be smart and then drop the price on the XT4.
And this is what I mean about and this is what I said in my Exynos versus Snapdragon video. People do not realize how much. Didn't Sony do that? Remember the A6600 was a lot more expensive, and then when they saw the rumors coming out of the XT4, what did they do? They said, boy, we don't have the technology to match that. We've played our cards. By the time we have the technology, it'll probably be 2-3 years later, because we don't really care about APC that much. All we can do is just drop the price. We just have to drop the price. And so the price difference between the 66 and a XT4 is a decent amount. But before it wasn't. Before it was pretty much like 100, 200, very slight difference.
Because the 6600, if I remember, was like when it first initially came out, it was like around 1500, 1600, right?
Yeah, it was not that far off. It was not that far off the XT4 now. It wasn't. So they had to. What did Canon do? Didn't Canon do that with the EOS R? Then all of a sudden, everyone started switching to it. Like, oh, it's good now.
I still think the EOS R is one of the cameras.
It's the EOS R is still not a good camera in what it should be and where it's competing, but it looks good because they price dropped it, and that's how you get people in when you don't have that access to technology right then to bridge the gap.
So speaking of Canon, right? Here's another reason why I was considering the Canon R6, and it's just because honestly, the price standpoint, and when it comes to lenses or secondary cam. So, like for example, let's say if I got the R6, I can get a Canon SL3 for my B cam, shoot that 24 for like $400.
Yeah.
Does Fuji offer any camera that can kind of compete with that for that same price point?
So no, I would say get an XT3 used. So what I'm gonna do, obviously, I'm gonna get the XT4 as my main body next month, end of the month, right? And then the XT3. The used body is so cheap now. Like you can pick one up for like £600, £650. For me, 600, 650 for what the camera does in terms of yeah. For me, I see it as that's G80 money. That's G80 money, and I'm getting all those video features, and I'm using the XT3 now. I'm gonna drop the initial impressions review on it before I send it back this Thursday to Fuji, right? And I'm like, yo. This is a solid A to B cam next to my main camera as the XT4. You see, so that's how that's my case in point.
I think you need to figure out a way, Ben, to see if before you send that camera back, just have like a discussion with them, like, hey, before you send a camera back, have the review ready, just so I feel like they can maybe put an XT4 in your hands a little bit sooner. Or
no, it's done. It's done. That's already set. That's already patterned. It's already patterned. I'll be keyboard warrior then. It's already patterned.
On top of that, like based off their notes and stuff they've been dropping, they're trying to work with more creatives of color, have a more diverse look for them.
Yep.
I can't say the same thing about Lumix, which I honestly, another reason I've been kind of like thinking like don't want to stick with Lumix, because I hate the fact like when you look at Sony ambassadors or heck even Canon, they have different type of ambassadors.
Yeah.
When you go to the ambassador page, there's only one. There's no black people on that page.
No, it's true. It's true.
And I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, why? That's an issue for me. That's an issue for me, because then it makes me think it's like y'all keep creating content for y'all, and
where's the love?
Push our camera. At what point in time are y'all gonna offer somebody who doesn't look like your typical Lumix ambassador a shot?
Bro, this is it's a bit of a side bias, but this is where I threw caution to the wind. One of my guys emailed me and said, "Yo, bro, I know you don't have a camera now. I emailed Fuji and they're friendly. This is their email. I say email them and ask for whatever camera they've got available and see what they say." And I was reluctant. I was like, you know, I made content for a bit, bro. Next day, when I say next day, they were like, "Yep, we saw your channel. We like what you do." Next day, here, I was like, damn. And bro, when I say maximizing, I'm maximizing. Like, I'm putting videos.
Dude, if anything, I would have had like 3 to 4 Fuji videos ready, like just on the back burner. Like, all right, how to do this with the XT3. This is the XT3. Like, I feel like if you've already got that shoe in, I feel like, you know, now when you maybe reach out to them to do a lens review, I feel like that's going to do like in a better footing.
The PR lady is so, like, she replies on tap. She replies on tap. She's friendly. She's like, I'm surprised to the point where I'm like, yo, when I buy my own, every lens I'm thinking of buying, yo, send it through. Let me review that. Let me see. They're like, yeah, we're happy to, no problem.
And I feel like that's how camera companies should be, though. Like,
it's a good look.
If I'm to do this for you, you know what I'm saying, in exchange, like, you're not paying me anything, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I just want to review the lens and kind of see what people think about it, That shouldn't even be an issue. It shouldn't be a hassle. But if you have a good track worker and you actually are a content creator, that should be like, oh, here you go. No problem.
And you see, you saying that, it's like, as well as obviously the review and the impressions, and obviously doing a vlog with it and stuff, because, you know, me and you, we like to vlog and do our thing there. It's also backing it up with, these are the amount of videos I've done and live streams with the camera, knowing that's how I'm able to utilize your equipment within a short space of time, not just for review purposes, but for also product showcasing purposes for my usual content. So trust me, it's not just, hey, look at my size. I've been able to grow my channel with your equipment. And also, like, there's so much, and they're seeing that to the point where they're like, hey, do your thing, like, and when you're ready, we'll just, you know, like, it's like, it's such a good look. So, I mean, to kind of wrap it, I just feel like the trajectory of what Fuji are doing is so much more promising that people have missed it, and I'm glad people are catching it now. Not because everything's perfect, no, but it's more because if you deep where they're going, trust me, when I say they're the dark horse that are in the race that people don't really look at, then all of a sudden, boom, 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 and that's what I think they're bringing to the game.
If Sony doesn't so I read rumors or whatever, like, supposedly Sony has a A5 coming out that they're supposed to be dropping. Like,
I saw that as well.
If they don't bring out the A7S III immediately after that, they're really going to lose their place in the market this year, without a doubt. Without a doubt, if they don't drop an A7S III this year, dude, if they don't drop a mirrorless camera that can shoot 4K 60 this year, that's not a cinema camera, they are in trouble. Because honestly, 4K, at this point in the game, 4K 60 shouldn't even be hard.
It shouldn't be.
That should be a standard on every camera. Every camera should be able to do 4K 60. That's a standard in 2020.
Oh, bro, I'm glad. People have not seen the convenience of 4K 60. 4K 60 is a cheat code. It's such a flexible.
Dude, Ben, because of 4K 60, especially when I'm out doing client work and they like to have that slow-mo stuff, I could just film all my stuff in 4K 60, and then at point in times when I make it a slow-mo, I can do that, or I can do that entire video 4K 24p. Where I get the film look, and I still have the flexibility of making a slow-mo, and I still have that UHD quality.
There you go.
And dude, the flexibility within itself is, I'm not gonna lie, like, it spoiled me. That's the only reason why I didn't trade in all my gear for A7 III, because I was wondering at A7, but man, dude, 4K60 has really kind of spoiled me a little bit.
No, I agree, bro.
Yes.
But the videos I've been shooting, tapping into 4K60 and having that flexibility, I'm like, you know what, yeah, that I just see it as a cheat code. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's so nice.
Especially
it's so nice.
For dude, man. See, I need to stop talking about the XT4. I need to stop talking about it. Talking about the XT4, think about it.
I want to use. We could definitely RX3 style. Like I'm back with that. I'm back with that. Back with that. And like it's thanks for jumping on as well. Well, I always like it when someone else jumps on. It's always more fun. I'm already hyped, but I get more hype when someone else jumps on. Like we have fun with it. It just shows that look, we're just over half the year through, and the camera scene is equally as exciting as whatever's happening on the other tech scene. And I love what's happening. And there's good things to come, and it's good for us creators. It just means people that are creators already starting have good problems to worry about. It's nice having good problems. Like the decision to want to switch to the XT4, that's a good problem to have. That's not even a bad problem. That's a good problem giving you a headache, because you know that's gonna fire you up and get you more excited to want to create even more dope stuff. That's an intangible feeling to have. Like if your gear can get you excited and pumped to want to create more dope stuff, that's a good problem to have. And holding yourself back because your gear that you have already is still so on point, that's a good problem to have. I'm seeing the joy in that, not the badness in that, man.
I didn't even consider that part. That's real. The fact that I'm sitting here like, man, but my camera can still, because if you rewind maybe a few years back, this wasn't an issue. This was an issue to go from a GH4 to a GH5. That was like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Now it's like, well, wait a minute. Now my camera is a G. You know what I mean? Even E7 it's like, I can still do this. You don't know if I need to do it. So I agree with that. That's a very valid point.
Yeah, man. So more stuff to come. Again, guys, go check out my boy Sean B. Nice, aka Sean Brooks, creative director at Brooks Media. You know where to find him, Chicago. I'm definitely going to be in Chicago one time, man, because when I see Sean and Sean getting hype on the street, I'm like, yo, I need to be part of that hype. Nah, man, I'm taking a flight. F Rona, I'm flying. Yo, let me get my mask. Let me get my Mortal Kombat look on. Let's shoot. Let's shoot.
Man, when you come here, bro, trust me, man.